In this segment about body and more importantly about well-being, we're going to talk about emotional eating, stress eating, because it is very real. You know, as you are a woman or a man, you're an entrepreneur, perhaps you're juggling that day job, you are now a parent, you wear many hats, and now you're building a business. And as I've said, it can be very stressful. And sometimes we can channel that stress into emotional eating. And I personally want to let you know, I completely understand. To share a little bit with you, I was a yo-yo dieter for years. Probably from the age of 14 to 29, I was on 52 diets a year. Every Monday was a new diet. How many of you can relate to me? Every Sunday night, I would eat whatever it is that I wanted because Monday I was going to be perfect. I was not going to quote unquote cheat. That was it. I was never going to do this again. And then by Wednesday or Thursday, I would fall off the bandwagon. I would have the one cookie that eventually led to eating the entire bag of cookies. To then I said to myself, well, I've blown it now. I might as well have the pizza, the pasta, and heck, I might as well go ahead and eat like this the next day and the next day and start all over on Monday again. Hence the reason I started 52 diets a year. Well, with that journey in myself and being a single mom, taking care of children, here I was, a part of a big executive team, running a company to $1 billion, opening up several global markets. I had to learn how to be able to take care of myself, but also realize that what I was running from the most, food, was actually what I needed the most. So I wanted to take this time and share with you a few tips because I know how emotional this can be. It affects you emotionally, psychologically. It also hinders sometimes and gives more stress to your life, even relationships in my life. I'm gonna be frank and raw with you right now to say there were even times I felt so bad, I'd only get dressed in the dark or undressed in front of my spouse. There were times I didn't want to go to events. I just felt like I was trapped in a body that wasn't mine. But you know what? Here's what I realized. That food and all this, it's not to do with size and who you are, that it was to do with my well-being, my energy, my mental clarity, about hormonal balance, about the quality of sleep. So that's why I wanted to share this with you today. And here's just a few simple tips that I want you to apply. And we'll always give you these tips in each and every episode. And so today, here's what I say to you. Eat the cookie, buy the shoes. That's my mantra. And let it be okay. And here's what I'm saying to you. There were many times in my life, right? At the corporate, say at a corporate office, there was the break room. It'd be Tuesday or Wednesday, and the donuts would be in the break room or the cookies or whatever that thing was, right? I'd walk by all day long, and I'd think to myself, oh no, I have willpower. Let me tell you, it has nothing to do with willpower, which I'm gonna say. But I'd walk by, and I'd finally go by, maybe the 10th time, and think, well, I'm just gonna have one cookie. And then I would go, right? How many of you have grabbed the cookies, whatever that is? And I would then go to eat that cookie. Well, as I was eating the cookie, I wasn't even tasting the cookie. Food should be enjoyment. It shouldn't be that you're beating yourself up. As I was eating the cookie, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I've just blown it. And now I haven't even tasted the cookie. And so I'm looking down at the bag of cookies or donuts or whatever. And now I'm thinking to myself, well, I've blown it now. I might as well have another one. I mean, I didn't even taste it. So the next thing you know, I'm grabbing another one, and I'm eating it. And now I've scarfed down the entire bag of cookies. And now I'm on this vicious cycle, and some of you may be able to relate. But here is what I'm going to share with you. 14 years into my career, I resigned to go back to school to be a holistic health practitioner. Because through my own personal journey and working with so many entrepreneurs and leaders, I realized that not only did I want you to have a successful business plan, but a successful well-being plan as well. And during that journey, I really was able to learn these techniques that helped me in managing my stress and my relationship with food. And then what I'm going to say to you is have the cookie. So somebody very wise to me said, Tracey, I want you to try the slow down diet. I thought, slow down diet? What in the world is that? And And he said to me, Tracey, be intuitive. When you want the cookie, don't beat yourself up. Have the cookie, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to taste it. Get it. There's no guilt, guys. There's no such thing as perfection. It's not all or nothing. He said, I want you to take a bite. I want you to slow down. I want you to chew it. I want you to have satisfaction in it. I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with it. And he said, and then I want you to just enjoy it. I want to tell you, this wasn't easy because there's so many times, right? Our mind is racing. But when I learned how to have whatever treat that is, and guess what? I took the word out of cheat. I didn't cheat anymore. There was no cheating. So I had a treat. Who cares? It was something I really loved. But I would have one, and I would taste it, and I would chew it, and I had satisfaction. And more importantly, then there was this connection to my mind and my palate, and I was okay, and I enjoyed it, and I could walk away without my mind racing and beating myself up and telling myself that I was a failure and eating the entire bag. And then my stomach, to be quite honest with you, hurting so bad and feeling bloated and miserable, which then affected me psychologically. And it affected, to be honest with you, about my patience, even in myself and with my coworkers and with my children and my family, that I just learned how to slow down. And so what I'm saying to you is, it's okay. Through this journey on every episode, we're going to take a look at our relationship with food, how we can absolutely give enjoyment, how I'm going to help you increase energy, I'm going to help you manage your stress, your well-being, so that you can have the energy and mental capability to be able to have the business that you desire. Now, in our next episode, we're going to take a look at, so what is zapping your energy? Because many of you said it to me before, Tracey, if only I had the energy to put into my business. Well, we're going to take a look at what is zapping your energy and how can you have more energy and fuel that body of yours.